Alrighty then. Hi there, everybody. It's been a while since my last stream. I've been rather busy. For example, with the last patch that just came out this week. Woohoo! I barely made it, but I kept up my monthly update schedule. And, since it's the start of stream, why don't I just show you a little bit of the new fancy stuff? Like, the biggest thing is the tooltips, the highlighted keywords, where basically you don't know what a tier is. Whoop! Your tier represents milestones in your leveling progression, blah blah blah. And yeah, it's basically on everything in path, abilities, talents, traits, item upgrades, archetypes, sub-archetypes, and even status effects and buildings. So, even though this doesn't do much for experienced players, it should definitely make it easier for non-experienced players. There's still a few kinks and mistakes that need to be worked out. Stuff like remove being marked with move. But I'm working on that. And I didn't want to do that on stream because that's really tedious, boring work. And I don't think that would be in any way entertaining to watch. I guess I would have to carry all that entertainment value. I don't know how good I'm at that, but great for everybody who joined and here, and yeah. Oh, and also I've got many new traits, many inspired by the madness of Cthulhu. I've got this nifty little book that I bought for €1, and just took a look at all the mental illnesses in here and expanded the list. So now there will be plenty of options for just 2 enemy screams. I won't, because if I do that, my neighbors would call the police. B, my voice would be dead afterwards. I don't want to experience that. But that is a hilarious idea. Squirrel plays. So let's put this baby back where it belongs. And how about we get started with the creature designs? I have, like always, some new ideas prepared here. And I thought, you know what? Those giant worms is a classic enemy type in fantasy and sci-fi, and I don't have that yet. So, we will be building a giant worm. So, let's go to our creature builder. Set it up just nicely. Maybe a bit more room for the creator itself, since my laptop. What you doing, laptop? Stay stable. So let's show to the developer tools, create one new creature, and let's start with the name, right? Giant worm. My laptop is pretty hot. I hope it doesn't explode. It's generally getting hot here, to be honest. I already not wearing socks to cool off a bit. I was just telling Lee yesterday that centipedes, millipedes don't get used often enough as monsters in fantasy setting. Kind of like a worm. Huh. You're right. I do get flashbacks to the Carbon area where there were giant centipedes. Something like that. That would be interesting. But let's first do that worm and think about that one later. You know what? I'm just gonna write down here giant centipede so I do not forget it. Yes. So he will be a elite fighter animal. Now it's the question, do we go with big plus or big plus plus? So many legs to cut off, each leg 1 HP. Interesting mechanic. But I mean, you can go just for the main body, right? Just pierce right into the head and you can skip all that leg cutting. Sounds rather tedious. So, but yeah, about the size of the worm. So big plus is 4 by 4 by 8 meters, and big plus plus is 8 times 8 times 16 meters. Would be an 8 meter long worm already be big enough? That's a question, isn't it? I mean, if I imagine that ginormous worm, I think they're like slightly bigger than the average giant, which would be big plus. I'm going with big plus plus. Making a big chunky animal. Speaking of animal, oh yeah, right, I should probably use the template for animals. Or should I? I mean, oh yeah, guides. Templates are under GM Guide. I want... I just realized I do not have a table... Oh, I do. Weird. Whatever, creature templates, there we go. Alien animal. Land animal. Let's see what it has. Maybe we can get inspired by that one. Yeah. Import creature. Animal template land. So, yeah, what kind of features are we talking about? No arms, makes sense. Natural armory instead, makes also sense. Monolingual, so it only speaks word. Worm. It would probably require something like seismic vision, so it can see you, right? Stat reduction. Yeah, let's plus we have to pay for the big plus plus that's already giving us 2 trade points. But yeah, let's start with no arms because he's a wormy, he doesn't even have legs. Then 1 greater talent. Actually, we're gonna need 2 for the tremor sense. Yeah, so let's add those natural armor, so he doesn't need weapons. Natural armory, I mean. What did I miss? Natural, there we go. Natural armory, and yeah, vision, enhanced vision. Yeah, it's what's called enhanced vision. There we go. So. Seismic. Now he has a 10 meter seismic vision. He can sense you when you're walking. We're going with heavy armor. I mean, those giants work usually have like thick skin, so heavy armor I think is a good idea. But for the weapons, good question. What kind of primary and secondary set would we give that giant wormy? I mean, strength, constitution would be an obvious choice, but I mean, many creatures have that. Maybe we can get a bit more creative. I mean, even if it's so big, it's still like wormy, right? So maybe something with dexterity or... And yeah, I don't... Maybe go with strength, but not constitution as a second stat. I think I go with instinct. That way it's a bit more animalistic. And let's be honest, like, okay, those giant worms usually can take a lot of damage, but that has more to do with their pure size and less with it that they're known for just being so durable by nature, right? Plus, I want to keep the creature numbers that have high constitution in check. So... but yeah, now monolingual, yes, or we could actually say, well, this worm is so primitive it doesn't even speak worm. Also, I gotta jump into a call. Oh, You gotta be able to cut the worm in half and make 2 enemies out of it. That's a bit more complicated. Okay, see you around, squirrel. Bye. Yes. Natural armory. But yeah, considering strength instinct. Or maybe I just go with... You know what? I'm going to with great axe. And a reminder, weapons do not have to be literal, especially if they're natural weapons. We're using the great axe for the stats. Great axe. There we go. And enhanced vision, seismic. Now here's the question. I mean, those worms usually don't have eyes, right? So we could add the blind trait. Blind. So now he can't see. But I think he would... Yeah, like just 10 meters vision would be a bit short, especially if you're blind. So I think I'm gonna increase this by 2, seismic vision. And yeah. So, which means 3 times here. Now it's 10 meters. Well, yeah, we got a problem of 6 trait points over the limit. I'm gonna say no language instead, because again, like, you don't really have the fantasy of worms communicating with each other. They seem to be a bit more mindless than that. So, no language? No language, there we go. That means we still have 4 points to adjust for. I guess we could go with skill. Unskilled. Oh, that could help. Maybe it's a bit too much. Yeah, I think it's a bit too much. But skill reduction and stat reduction. Yeah, that's stat reduction. There we go. Okie dokie. So, yes, times 2. Now the question is, does it make sense to give it some immunities or vulnerabilities? Those worms are usually connected to like deserts, but also like the underground. Does any of them make sense? And again, it's an animal. Animal creatures usually don't have vulnerabilities or weaknesses. But you know what? I think maybe I'm gonna make it resistant to shock and vulnerable to poison. There's an error connecting. Oh, come on. Don't do this to me. Question is, maybe it's still working anyway. Let me just check that the stream is streaming. Seems to be... Nope. Yeah, it's choppy. Why are you choppy? It's this problem again. I'm thinking... It's probably my computer overheating. Yeah. This is a problem. Okay. What? Okay, maybe I can get a better internet connection if I connect it directly via LAN and send it on wireless. Give me a second. Hope this works. Come, get it. There we go. No, there we go. Maybe now the stream runs better? Does it even register that there's a cable in there? Hello? Ah, there we go. It's still choppy. I mean... Okay, it's kinda like decrease. I mean, I did restart the computer. I was hoping that would prevent it getting choppy, but it was running for a long time before that, and I can feel it. Like, the laptop is really hot. I think that's why it's choppy. Please don't tell me I have to stop the stream just right after 15 minutes. I think it's gotten better a bit. Let's see if I can maybe close stuff that's not necessary. Trying to keep the system moving as smoothly as possible. It still says there is an error, not releasing enough video to maintain smooth streaming. I don't think I will be able to fix this. I think I will continue streaming for a bit. Just finish the worm, hoping that the stream isn't that unbearable to watch, and try to find a solution in the future. Oh well. We got a soldier on. So resistant to shock because it's always grounded, and poison because it's an insect, right? Yeah, I like that one. Proficient with simple, medieval, and military weapons. Armor light, medium heavy, and languages none. Yes. So, feature-wise, we are at 0. Now, this will work. Excellent. And might as well as continue with the priorities. So let's see. Primary stat strength. Secondary stat instinct. Then let's take evasion stat for dexterity. Charisma and intelligence are very low, but let's go with like an average in constitution and will. And skill wise, raw force is very high. Menace is decent. I think I will go with nimbleness, because he's still a wormy, right? Not as high, but a decent stealth, so he can just get closer from underground without being detected. Yeah, I mean, it's a wild animal. Let's give it survival. I think that's kind of it, right? Maybe reduce menace so that survival is prioritized. Alright, let's see. Apply priorities. How much is there left? Yeah, that looks like there's enough room to fill up the rest. Alright. This looks also good. Alright. Let's go with starting features made for the ground and ground breaker. So, ground breaker. You can power through 1 meter of movement. You can borrow it. Yes. And let's hide manually. Wait for the ground, because you require that to take ground breaker. But what the hell? Wait for the ground. Yeah, you require that to take ground breaker, but ground breaker kind of overwrites this feature, so the game master and players don't need to see this on the stat block. So let's hide it. And abilities, of course, we're starting off with Swallow. We're talking about a giant worm. He is going to try to eat you whole. And we're going with chemical damage, since he will be trying to digest you. So, I think we have everything right. Yeah, it's done. Alright. Let's level him up. Save build. And next we go quick on your feet and armor. Quick on your feet for extra movement, and focusing on that thick height of extra and hard armor, I think, or hardened armor. There we go. And yeah, ability wise he doesn't learn anything, so save abilities. He gets physical rush, a nice AoE option with movement, physical rush. Yeah. And no features, so level up. Path of attack. Let's go with one mighty attack. One attack. 150%. And two-handed attacker, right? Two-handed attacker. There we go. Yeah. No abilities, so let's continue leveling him up, granting him ambusher. You know, since he breaks out of the ground attacking you. And chemical projectile, you know, spitting his digestive juices at you, and also giving him a ranged option. Chemical projectile. Okay, we've got everything. One. Yeah, this is an empty level, so 6. His attack damage gets increased from path of attack. He gets. Oh right, I wanted to give him blunt trauma, so. But you know what? I'm sticking with the axe, and so we exchanging blunt trauma with heavy axe swing. So he can increase power in exchange for precision. And he gets physical shockwave, causing all those tremors. Physical shockwave. Alright. Save, hard hitting. That's just an increase to weapon damage. We want to keep those creatures as simple as possible at higher levels after all. So just taking static bonuses after the first flavor is shown is good enough. Okay, features. Yeah. Level up. Chemical eruption. Getting more digestive juices that it can spit out. Level up, increasing the damage of path of attack. Now he gets the second ambusher feature. Ambusher. His attacks now deal more damage in the first round of combat. And yes, no abilities, so level up. He gets surprising speed, making him more dangerous. Surprise. Surprise. Yeah, surprising speed. There we go. Makes him faster in the first round of combat. And durable. 4 more HP. So, hope the stream isn't too choppy. But yeah, let's continue. Oh yeah, the ability Physical Assault. Just a big, strong AoE attack that allows him to smash through his enemies. And why? Something's not right. Oh, for some reason he didn't add durable. Okay. Maybe I misclicked earlier. Okay, now there it is. Excellent. So level up twice. Again, new tier, which means more damage for path of attack. And yes, the idea is to now give him just traits in a sense of what was it called? Gain greater trait, exactly. And then the traits. What is it called? Basic movement, limping, speedy. Yeah, that's what it's called. All right, just take it once, and there we go. Now he's faster, while keeping the stat block simple. Again, we don't want to cram too many features in there at higher levels. Now he gets armor piercer attack, right? He can gnaw through solid rock with those teeth, right? So why can't he just pierce through your armor with its fangs? So we're going with armor piercer. There we go. I think we've got everything. Excellent. Level up. He gets one more ambusher feature. Ambusher. Now he gets super advantage in the first round on combat on everything. And yes, that's it. Level up. He gets charge. Charge. For even more movement. If for some reasons the players manage to keep a good distance between it and themselves. And the final level with one final ambusher feature. Shocking execution. So basically, if you've managed to finish off one player, all the others might be in shock. You know, making him a very deadly ambusher type monster. And oh yeah, right, and I shouldn't forget making the final damage increase here. Alright, everything seems fine. Save, export, there we go. So let's copy that into the Excel table as we create a new creature levels. Let's write it down. Giant worm. Okay. Yes. And yeah, right. We need to make those that inventory. Let's go with Great Axe. And again, the worm is not literally wielding an axe. It's it's just for the stats. Its flavor is something else. Heavy armor and equipment. So another question is, what kind of upgrades do we give at them? So Great Axe. I think I just go with pure damage. Or should I go with armor? Now let's keep it simple. Improved weapon damage. You know, no need to overcomplicate it. Heavy armor. I think I'll actually give it lighter armor, like in a. So it's not just pure armor it gets, but can also somewhat dodge things, even though it's very big. And yeah, Heavy armor. Should I just give it? You know what? Giving him pure light armor, so he will be surprisingly hard to hit for a big creature. And equipment. Now that's the. I think we're going with a mix of speed up and maybe accelerator, or should I go with vitality? I think I'll go with vitality boost. So, yeah. Generate those items. And there we go. Those are natural items. He does not have any normal items, so let's copy in the empty one. Wait. I want to write true, not true, whatever that is. Made by me. He's definitely made for melee, not for range. Defensive to a specific degree, yes. Should I go with damage ability?